Hey, it's me again. Uh, we're gonna try and see if we can uh, webcast in what is known as a landscape mode. If the image is inverted again, I'll know when I get to the airport, and I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do about it. I'm going to have to correct this problem, or we're going to have some real skinny looking pictures on YouTube. I turn the phone the other way. The disadvantage of this, of course, is going to be the fact that the mount that I'm using on the phone is fixed in a way where it's going to be very hard for me to use the phone in an upright position. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do about that. I may have to go to a different mount, which I didn't want to do because then you wind up with a very skinny picture on YouTube with a smartphone. I suppose I could always go back to using a GoPro as a webcam, as that seems to be one of the solutions to this problem. But, all right, anyway, what I'm going to briefly discuss today is the use of a child for propaganda purposes. Now, I'm sure some of you out there have heard of Robert David Steele and the kind of weird claim that he made that there was a child sex slave colony on Mars. So I'll be discussing that part of this in length. But recently, a photo associated with that particular hoax showed up on the internet. And it took me a while to understand what the significance of the photo was. Basically, it was a photo of a child. The child had a sheet over it. I'm trying to think. I wish the one thing that annoys me is that I can't get the picture into the video on the smartphone. I don't know how to do that. But anyway, the image had the child under a sheet. Some kind of brown stain was on the sheet, and there was a couple apples or tomatoes or what have you at the head of the child. It soon became clear that the child was being depicted as a meal. Now, this is clearly a sick photo. The person that put the photo up didn't bother to say where the photo came from, didn't put anything in context as far as what the situation was with this child. And so the child was being exploited for, once again, a hoax, as one would call it, and propaganda is what it truly is. The people behind this disgusting image are what I call pedo-gators. They're people that pretend that they're out for ending this sort of thing, yet they misrepresent it. If this particular photograph, in fact, was genuine, these people would be more than willing to say where it came from, who took the picture, who was alleged to have taken the picture, how the picture wound up in the hands of the person that put the picture up on the internet, so on and so forth. None of this was done. The picture just showed up with no explanation other than it was abused, according to the person that put the photo up. There's no detailed explanation as to who did the abuse, how the abuse was done, how the photo was obtained, and so forth. I find it sad that people engage in this sort of thing on the internet, mainly for the purposes of getting money. Uh, this picture did appear on a commercialized website. The picture also has appeared allegedly in Mr. Steele's um, presentations, and he is very commercialized. So it begs the question as to where did the picture come from? Why is the picture on there? And who put it there? And who is the child in the picture? These answers more than likely will go unanswered because no one seems to care to look into how these things get put on the internet. They just believe the story and say, well, you know, it's got to be true. It's on the internet. So that's the end of my rant on that particular subject, I think. I'm eventually going to start, probably on Tuesday, I'm going to start doing some more professional looking presentations into these things so people better understand what it is I'm talking about. Again, this is a test video on the camera of a Samsung phone into a YouTube live stream. That would be great. Meantime, I'll probably go ahead and make a companion video showing the image and just basically make a repeat of this very same video. So in the interim, it's time to end the webcast. Thank you for tuning in. Now let me see how this turned out.